Welcome to the second episode of Cut the Crap.
Hello, I'm Thomas from Hardpoint. Got my neighbor here, Lori.
Hello.
And of course, Billy Bob from the first video, our assistant. And today we're going to be going through a topic that's very important to me. It's women's self-defense. The statistic in the world right now from the World Health Organization is that 1 in 3 women in the course of their life is either physically and or sexually abused. That's obviously totally unacceptable. So we at Hardpoint developed a tool that we think is very helpful in this regard. It's the MantiCuda knife. It's very simple to use. It was designed from the very beginning to be the most easy and effective to use knife on the planet. So what I plan to do in this video is I plan to go through and show my neighbor how to use this. We have not discussed anything about knife work. She doesn't have any experience with knife work, and the point is to show how easy it is to learn. The key to using the MantiCuda really boils down to just three points. The first one is being able to draw it correctly, which if you can draw a firearm, you can draw this knife. It's got a pistol grip, just draw it the same as any kind of firearm. Point 2 is being able to make a good fist, really a good hammer fist. A vertical fist is another term for it. And the third point is keeping your other hand out of the way. If you can do those 3 things and you can throw a punch, you can use this knife. So let's talk a little more about the first point, the draw. Okay, so like any firearm, you want to make sure to establish a good grip before you remove it out of the sheath or holster. So come down, wrap the fingers around, and draw it out. Okay, point 2, on the grip itself, we have a couple options here. You can have all 4 fingers on the grip if they'll fit, or you have this little cutout here on the bottom to put your pinky if that's more comfortable. It's important to keep your thumb along the side. That's going to give you the greatest amount of control on the knife. Obviously in a real combative situation, your celling's moving, you're moving, your hits don't always land the way that you want them to, and it's absolutely imperative that you keep good control of the blade at all times. It's also important to maintain a good tight wrist in all this for slashes or stabs. So once we've drawn the knife, we've got a great grip on it, solid wrist. The last part that's important is to keep your other hand out of the way. So there's a couple things you can do here. You can either bring it in to protect your center line, if you want to keep your hand out, whatever you're comfortable with, but the main thing is just to keep it out of the way for whatever you're doing here so you don't cut yourself. Alright, so I'm using a training blade right now. Obviously when we go to live blade, these things are sharp. Truthfully, it doesn't really matter how you cut with these things. You wave them around, they're going to do damage. I'm going to go through a couple of ways to be a little more deliberate though. So obviously this thing was designed to thrust. So honestly, from this distance, one of the huge advantages of this knife is, unlike a regular knife, as I demonstrated in the previous video, where it's really necessary to get a little distance to be able to get proper hand position. Here, this thing works no matter how close I am to the guy. Once again, from a women's self-defense tool, just thinking it through, obviously where she's going to typically need to use one is going to be in very close confines. All right, so these will work. There's no limitation to the distance that this will work. So for thrusting, and honestly, if you just want to punch wherever you need to go, it's going to do a lot of damage, obviously. Okay. Once again, if you want to keep your hand out here, that's fine, but just making sure to keep it out of the way. And the simplest way for training is just to have it out of the way altogether. As far as slashes, I mean, this will also work great to slash. Once again, close distance, it's great. The one thing is, you don't want to make wild motions. I mean, it'll work, but just from the standpoint of being the most effective, you want to stay in the box here. So different angles. You've got a number of options. Once again, keeping the hand out of the way and keeping a strong grip on the knife. All right, so we just put the trainer on Lori here. It's the first time that she's had a chance to do anything with this knife. So go ahead and draw it out and let's see what you got. Okay, pretty good. One thing you want to make sure of though, I didn't mention it beforehand, but you want to make sure that the blade tip is in line with the forearm. Okay, so when you draw it out, you want to make sure, there you go, that the blade's in line with the forearm. And you'll feel that. Go ahead and put some pressure onto Bob. This is a self-correcting error. When you put it in there, you put pressure, get a little bit closer, put pressure. You'll kind of feel the right position there, right? Kind of get that?
Yeah,
you don't,
definitely. The
whole idea on this, once again to reiterate what we've talked about in other videos, is that you want to make sure that those forces of the thrust are channeled into the bone structure. Okay, so you are ready for a live blade. Okay, I realize you only had a few minutes of training with this thing, but once again, it's so simple to use. Just remember what we went through. Mm-hmm. Okay, good grip, hand in, good solid punches. Do some thrusts to start with, and then you can try some slashes.
Okay, all right.
All right. Want you going, 25% power to begin with until you get comfortable with it, and you can step up to maybe 50%.
Okay.
You good?
All right. Good and slow to start.
All right. It's on you.
All right. Oh, did you see that? Wow. That goes right in. Wow. Okay.
Try some slashes.
Look at that! Oh my gosh! Whoa! I'm sorry you messed with me.
Give him a couple of good couple of punches there. There you go.
Hang in there. It's fine.
All right, let's keep it rolling. All right.
Okay.
Don't stab me. I just want to turn the dummy so we can see the damage that was done. It's kind of significant there, I would say. There we go. So, yeah, pretty major. If that was a real person, they'd definitely be having a bad day.
It was fun.
But you had a good day, right?
Yeah, that was fun.
So after doing that, what do you think? How did that feel? What are your thoughts about the knife?
I was surprised how easy it was just to slash in there and stab. It went right through the shirt, and I was not expecting that to go through that easily. The grip, I never felt like I was going to lose control or slip, or that my hand might slip or anything, or I might cut myself or something. I had very good grip, and oh my gosh, it just slices right through that. No problem. So if that would have been a real person, they'd be dead. So no, but it's just really easy to hold, very easy to control, and it just goes right in.
If I was, do you think if I was, I was the aggressor and I was trying to grab that out of your hand, do you think I'd be able to get out of your hand?
Oh, no way.
What do you think would happen?
You would get cut.
I'd get cut.
You'd get cut. I have such a good, firm grip on that. You would not be able to knock it out of my hand very easily, if at all. I mean, I'm holding on to that tight, and as you would be coming in to grab it,
I'm gonna lose fingers.
I would just be doing this, and you'd lose your fingers. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about most guys, but I mean, if I saw that, I mean, just strip anything else aside, if I saw that coming at me, I really just wouldn't want to get stuck with it, period.
Yeah.
I'd probably
walk away.
Probably think better of my initial plan, whatever it was. So that's kind of the idea. I mean, it looks intimidating, and that's, it's partially intentional. It's the way the design turned out, based on what I was trying to do with it. But in any case, hopefully, the idea in something like this, you pull it out, somebody's going to think twice about engaging in further bad behavior there. So any other thoughts? Anything parting for the audience there?
No, it's just super easy. The grip is wonderful. I mean, I think the big thing with me is knives, is the fear of losing control of the knife if somebody's attacking you and losing it and having them turn around and use it on you. And with this, there's no way somebody's going to get that out of your grip. And then it just, how easy it was to use and how fast it just went right in there and went to work was amazing. So
never felt like your hand was going to slip over and get cut or anything?
I never felt like my hand was going to get cut or slip, where I was going to lose control of it in any way, in any of the directions that I went. So
all right, well, thanks for watching this second episode of Cut the Crap, and we'll see you next time. Until then, keep it real.
Bye.